Hello friends, it's a Metroidvania map announcement video. It seems like it's been a while since I've done one of these. Tis what it is. I've released a few maps, I've not been well, I'm still not well, and I'm not going to waffle because I've got far too many things to do. Awaken, Astral Blade has gone straight in at the B tier for me in terms of my Metroidvania tier list. I had a good time with this game. It's got shades of Vigil the Longest Night to it. It's got shades of stuff like Stellar Blade to it. It's a very enjoyable, for me, Metroidvania. And it's a good Metroidvania as well. It's got all of the things that you'd want in a Metroidvania. It's got good combat, although the enemy variety can be a little bit lacking. It's got a really good set of traversal powers, including some that I was like, I don't actually know what the next one's going to be. You find these fruit out in the world and they give you your Metroidvania powers. It's like, well, I've got my suite of powers that I'd expect. I've got my double jump, I've got my dash, I've got my X, Y, and Z. I found another fruit. What's it going to be? There are some that are not out there, but a little bit different to what you might be expecting. The map's got everything that you could want. It's got all the bosses, it's got all the secrets, it's got all of the weapon upgrade collectible things, it's got all of your healing potion upgrade things, it's got all of the accessories that you can equip, it's got all of the currency, it's got, most importantly I think, it's got where to find all the cats, and it's got where to find the seeds that you need for one of the quests, because they are a little bit, shall we say, out there, spread thin. The game does have a feature for showing collectibles, but you have to find all 12 cats in the game in order to be able to turn that feature on, and finding all 12 of those cats is going to take you most of the game. It's a pretty late game experience, that. So if you need a bit of help, this is the map for you. We start off down here where it says game starts here. I'm not going to talk too much about how the actual game works, but a little bit like Vigil the Longest Night, there is a prologue, kind of, and then there's the main bulk of the game after that. It's a bit weird. You'll notice that especially if you play the demo, I have added colour to the different zones just to differentiate them a bit. I need to change this because there's 3 specific areas here and I completely forgot, even though I've labelled them, or 2 of them. Don't know where the label for the Royal Altar's gone. That'll get fixed. So yeah, you start off here. If you played the demo, the newer demo, this entire section is the newer demo, essentially. So you'll be familiar with all of this. There are some slight tweaks to it, but it is what you've mostly played. And then the main bulk of the game starts over here, you go through there, and there's a surprising amount of freedom. Once you've made it to the hub, you can actually go in 3 different routes to fully explore the rest of the map. It is a well-designed, for me, Metroidvania. The biomes are interesting. The biggest point of critique that I might make of Awaken Astral Blade is that the story, in my opinion, is actually quite good. I like the story. I like what they were going for. Yeah, it's not kind of blow your socks off new and innovative, but what it does do, or what it is going for, I think it does well. But the localisation isn't great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. There are some things that I hope they spend more time fixing. And it has a bit of an issue with dialogue attribution. There are little cutscenes, with character on one side, character on the other side, and they dialogue back and forth. A lot of the dialogue seems to be misattributed, unfortunately, in places. And whilst it's not so so badly done that you can't tell who is speaking, because you can in a couple of places. Like it's definitely not that person that's saying that. So that's something that needs fixing, because it does stick out and it does it doesn't look good. But otherwise, I've got no real complaints about Awaken Astral Blade. There's a couple of places where it really requires some skills of you. The difficulty is pretty decent. I played it on story mode because I'm not well and I didn't want to stress myself. There is a normal mode and I believe a hardcore mode. I don't know whether it does more than just up the damage and sponginess of the enemies, but for me, story mode was absolutely fine, and I still died 2 or 3 times on some of the later bosses. So that is Awaken Astral Blade. At some point, I might do more of a written up review of this, but I've got to get started on another map now. So if you are interested in this map, if you are struggling to find all the cats, or just where are those damn seeds for that kid's quest, or where is X, Y, and Z, or how do I do this quest, you can head on over to the usual places to find the answers. coffee.com/Demajen, www.demajen.co.uk. That's where you'll find all of my Metroidvania maps, and the coffee.com account is where you can help support me for the work that I do, because this one took a long time. It's not a massive game. It took me about 14-ish hours to 100%, but the map took me longer than that. The map took, I think I'm up to about 23, 24 hours at this point, because there's a lot on it. Putting on all the grappling hook points, putting on all the doors, putting on all the collectibles, and where is it? This sodding room. Oh my god. You can have fun with that, because I was so confused. I was so confused with this room, because of how all the portals work. Watching the footage back, it's like, that makes a bit more sense, doing it in slow motion. But at the time, I was getting a little bit annoyed trying to do the map for that, because of how all the portals link up. But yes, Awaken Astral Blade. Enjoy. It's not super expensive. It's of a reasonable length, and it's in my B tier. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay fabulous. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.